Okay, today we are reading a BBC article published one day ago, so that's February 11th, 2025. This one is called The Story Behind Beyonce's Chitlin Circuit Tour Name. I thought this was pretty important. It was actually written by Manish, Pandey, and Kulsum Hafeji. It's a BBC Newsbeat. Okay, so pre-sale sign up done. Phone ready. Hoping and praying that you'll bag tickets for Beyonce's upcoming Cowboy Carter and the Rodeo Chitlin Circuit Tour. All of that doesn't leave you much time to think about the meaning behind the name. Cowboy Carter is obviously the name of Beyonce's latest album, but Chitlin Circuit might raise some questions in your mind. What's the Chitlin Circuit? From the late 1880s until the 1960s, so-called Jim Crow laws enforced segregation against Black Americans and saw them treated as second-class citizens. It meant that they were separated from white people, often prevented from living in certain neighborhoods, forced to attend different schools, and banned from public spaces. During this era, Black musicians and performers created their own network of live performance venues across the United States. Known as the Chitlin Circuit, it took its name from chitterling, a dish made with pig's intestines popular in the South, where Jim Crow laws were most prevalent. Venues were considered safe and acceptable spaces for Black musicians, comedians, and audiences, and gave many pioneering performers a platform to hone their craft. Almost every notable Black musician of the time graced the circuit at some point, including stars such as Aretha Franklin, Diana Ross, Tina Turner, Jimi Hendrix, and James Brown. The circuit was tremendously important to the development of Black music, says Mia Bay, a professor of American history at Cambridge University. I didn't even know they had The Black stars of the day would travel the circuit, she tells BBC Newsbeat. It was very important to sustaining the careers of many important Black performers. It allowed them to make a living in music. They were on the road all the time. Professor Bay says the presence of the circuit was also very helpful to Black communities. Performers were drawn to Black vacation spots and the theaters at those locations, Professor Bay says. This would in turn help the careers of those entertainers, she says. It was one of the more successful segregation-era businesses. Beyonce has often paid tribute to Black performers, said, and Professor Bay feels the singer's Texas roots may have played a role in that. It was very much a segregated state, so this would be something that would be a very direct reference in terms of where she grew up and how she thinks about American history. I also think she in some ways has a nostalgic reference because it was such a communal circuit with a lot of performers, she says. The star's latest tour stops off at notable Chitlin Circuit sites, Chitlin Circuit cities such as Houston and Chicago. Beyonce fan and music history content creator Nat Brown feels that's not a coincidence. Unlike Renaissance, this tour is smaller with only 8 cities being played in total globally, with 6 of those in the US. It's a very small tour, says Nat. Just like it historically was with the Chitlin Circuit, where you only went to 7 to 10 places. And if people were able to see you, great, but most often people missed out because you blazed through the town and went to the next spot.